The Sports Renegades podcast on SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to the Sports Renegades here on SportsTownChicago.com. This is our final segment of the evening. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
I'm Ryan Risky.
The Heat's number 10 on the clock.
They take that point guard.
And they took Justice Winslow, small forward from the University of Duke.
He
Duke
was
University.
Still on the board?
He was. He's sort of an under the radar pick.
I read he was supposed to be he should have gone in the top 6.
And we'll give you the draft recap here in just a second. But yes, Justice Winslow, small forward from Duke, taken 10th overall by the Miami Heat. Pretty good pick for Miami. The Timberwolves took Karl Anthony Towns. Lakers took D'Angelo Russell. The 76ers took Jahlil Okafor. The Knicks took Kristaps Porzingis. The Magic took Mario Hezonja. The Kings took Willie Cauley-Stein. The Nuggets took Emmanuel Mudiay. The Pistons took Stanley Johnson. Sam Decker's on the board. The Hornets took Frank Kaminsky III, and the Heat took Justice Winslow. Next on the board is the Indiana Pacers.
And there have been no trades so far. Yet there was a lot of trades earlier today. Who was it that was traded 3 times today?
Yeah, poor Luke Ridnour. He was traded 3 times in 26 hours or something. I felt so bad for him.
He was traded twice today.
What, he was on, I saw he was on Oklahoma City. He was on a whole bunch of other teams. I saw it on my Twitter feed. I'll see if I can try to pull it up, the official thing. I think it was 4 teams in 26 hours or something. It was like in a 26-hour period he was traded. He's sort of a veteran guard. He's not a horrible player, but he's obviously he's not a face of any team. He's not going to contribute tremendously on a certain team. But it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to see where he ends up. He'll probably get traded even more. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure that Gar Forman will love to trade for him and then trade him.
Yeah, possibly. Of course, with the Bulls, they have the number 22 pick, and they're going to have a whole lot of things. Okay, so here it is. Luke Ridnour keeps getting traded. He's on his 4th team in the last 26 hours, and this was
there should be like a rule that says that you can't trade. A guy can only be traded so often.
So it says, where in the world is Luke Ridnour? He went from the Hornets to the Thunder to the Magic to the Grizzlies, or vice versa. I think he was on the Grizzlies and he went back. So it's very strange. He keeps getting thrown into all these deals, I guess. Anyone want Luke Ridnour? And 3 teams said yes. So there you go. Right now the Pacers are on the clock. Their starting lineup is Hill, Miles, George, West, and Hibbert right now. West supposedly is going to sign with the Knicks, that's what I heard. That's what I saw on my Twitter feed. I forget who posted that. I didn't think it was I forget who it was, but David West could be going, and of course, they're going to have Paul George back at full strength next year, so that'll help the Pacers a lot. I don't think they're going to be nearly as bad as they were last year. There's no way that the Pacers will be as bad as they were last year.
No, not with Paul George back. I mean, they weren't terrible last year. I think
they came within a game of making the playoffs, and then the Nets won instead.
Yeah, in that awful Eastern Conference.
I think the Eastern Conference will be much improved this year. It's not going to be nearly as bad, but obviously the Western Conference is still the main thing. So we'll have to see. Right now, what they're showing on the board is sort of how much money each of the players on the Heat have made, and they don't have a bad team at all. They still have Luol Deng. They still have Hassan Whiteside, who's been a really good rebounder, and of course they got Goran Dragic. So I mean, they do have a lot of good pieces.
And they're expected to offer Goran Dragic a 5-year, $85 million deal, because I think he's a restricted free agent.
Yes, I believe he is. So they would have, a lot of good things, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, and speaking of Duke players being selected, did you hear that Coach K revealed that he has a Fox Twitter account just to follow his players to see what they're up to?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. It looks like the Pacers pick is still almost in. Yeah, we'll go back to the Cubs talk just real quick to round out the show. We got about 5 minutes left, I'd say. Yeah, so obviously big series with St. Louis. Arrieta will pitch Friday. We don't know yet who's going to pitch Saturday. Who do you think is going to pitch Saturday? Because I'm not sure.
It doesn't sound like
go...
it's Wada. Edwin Jackson pitched today, so it can't be him.
Travis Wood, I guess.
Except Joe Madden said he doesn't want to remove Wood from the bullpen. I don't think they have anyone at AAA, unless they've got a trade working.
Unless they've got a trade working in the next couple days. I mean, maybe C.J. Edwards will be called up. I highly doubt that. But
he's been pitching out of the bullpen, so I don't think he's stretched out enough to be a starter.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of who. I mean, who's going to start? Obviously, they're not going to go with a 4-man rotation, so I'm not sure. It's going to be strange, and we know Hamill pitches Sunday. But that's already been set, so it's just Saturday. Who's going to pitch? It's either going to be Wada or
Wood, probably, unless they trade for someone.
Yeah, it sort of is setting up where they probably would, I guess, right? I mean, if Madden doesn't want Wood going back to the starting rotation just yet, and if Wada's not going to be pitching, then there's really no other options unless you have David Roscoe out there and pitch. I mean, otherwise, I don't know. But then the Cubs would lose like 30-3. So,
yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting, and I mean that is a big problem. Like this is like way too important of a game to not know who's going to pitch.
Right. I mean, it's not. I think we're just about halfway through the season because the All-Star break is really not in the middle of the season. The middle of the season is sort of now and next week.
And this is an important series, which I'm you really hope that you can win Friday with Arrieta and Sunday with Hamill. And then what happens Saturday happens, except you hope that whoever pitches on Saturday gives a good enough outing to give them a chance to win, which I don't see a scenario that they sweep in St. Louis. I mean, maybe the best case is they win Friday and Sunday with Arrieta and Hamill pitching.
Right. I could see that happening. Okay, here comes Adam Silver. He's going to make the Pacers selection. He's going to say who they picked, the best people on the board that were available, so we'll have to see who he picks. And they took Miles Turner, center from Texas. He's pretty good. They did take a center, so I don't know what happens with Roy Hibbert necessarily. But
maybe they try to unload him in his awful contract.
Yeah, he's not very good either, so I don't know. But I like that pick, Miles Turner.
They need a fresh start. They need some younger players that they can try to develop because Roy Hibbert has not turned into the player that they wanted.
No.
Nor will he.
No, he hasn't. Next up after the Pacers pick is Utah and then Phoenix. So a couple Western Conference teams will be getting into the action there. Sam Decker was not taken yet. He's like the 5th best available player right now, I think, according to the draft board on here. So we'll have to see how he gets taken.
Shocker that he's still on the board.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he was on a championship team, 2 straight Final Fours. He really was the reason why they beat Arizona again in late March, early April. He was really a big reason why, because he had a monster game against Arizona. And then against Kentucky, he also had a big game. He really stepped up, even more than Frank Kaminsky when it came down to it. He stepped up. Frank Kaminsky did good in the championship game, but they were just outmatched by Duke. Duke was on a roll, and not much you can do when a team is on a roll coached by Mike Krzyzewski. So, it's always going to be tough. But maybe Wisconsin will have a deep run again. I'm sure they'll make the tournament again, but I don't know how deep of a run they will have. And yet, Duke and Kentucky and stuff, they'll continue to get players and continue to be good, as they always are.
Yeah. Now, what do you honestly think when people are like, oh, I bet Kentucky could beat the 76ers? No,
obviously not. I mean, the NBA game is so much different.
NBA, yeah. A lot of these players don't have what it takes.
And like the 76ers is made up of players who played on good college teams too a lot of the time. So it's so stupid that people think that.
It's kind of different where you could say a team like Alabama or whatever the top, what other top college football teams there were, they could have easily put up like 80 points against the Bears' defense. That's completely different.
I think I have to agree with you there.
I don't know how you can't agree with that, with how bad that defense was. When you're watching guys like, what's his name, Chris Ogbonniyi, like a fourth-string running back running for 100 yards. These college teams, they can put up a ton of points, and college teams love to score. They could easily tear apart Mark Trestman's defense.
Yes, they could for sure. Oh, God. Hey, it'll be better next year. Don't worry.
Yes, it will.
It's like
after week 1, it'll be good.
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining us tonight here on the Sports Renegades. We did the NBA Draft. We talked to you live as it happened. We talked about the White Sox and Cubs as well. So we hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. We'll be discussing NHL Draft.
Yeah,
we'll be recapping the NBA Draft. We'll be previewing the Cubs-Cardinals series. A lot of stuff to get to.
Wow, a lot of Blackhawks stuff tomorrow.
All right. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
Have a good night. The Sports Renegades Podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.